Get ready for a story that sounds like a soap opera script, but unfortunately happened in real life. We're talking about what could very well be considered the most embarrassing and absurd wedding in internet history. During a wedding in Fujian province, China, something completely unexpected happened. A couple that seemed perfect was about to walk down the aisle. He was talented and elegant. She was beautiful and graceful. Everything indicated it would be an unforgettable and happy moment for both. Relatives and friends from both sides were in full party mode. Under the animated introduction of the master of ceremonies and the enthusiastic applause of the guests, the couple walked toward the stage. One of the guests hurried to grab their phone to record what should have been a romantic scene. But there was one detail that made everything strange. Despite all the excitement, the groom's face was completely somber. Seriously, the guy looked like he was going to a funeral, not his own wedding. While the bride slowly climbed onto the stage because of her long dress, you know how it is, those heavy dresses that look more like circus tents, the groom didn't even help her or hold her hand. He simply walked ahead alone, as if she were a piece of furniture he had to drag along. The guests started exchanging confused looks. Something had definitely happened for the groom to be in such a dark mood on his own wedding day. The atmosphere around was one of joy and enthusiasm, but his behavior completely clashed with the situation. During the ceremony, the master of ceremonies, poor guy, trying to save the situation, noticed the awkwardness and, wanting to liven up the atmosphere, decided to show a video about the couple's journey. A classic move, right? When the mood is tense, nothing like a cute video to break the ice. Now we're going to show the video of the couple's journey. Please look at the big screen, he said, indicating to the technical team to put on the screen what should have been a romantic video with the happy moments of the two. But nobody, absolutely nobody, expected what was coming. The original video had been switched without the technical team knowing, and as soon as the images started being displayed, the guests were in complete shock. And when I say shock, I mean shock. The bride was completely paralyzed as if she had seen a ghost. The groom, instead of looking at the audience, turned to her and started screaming furiously, pointing his finger at her with a rage that seemed to have been stored for months. Only then did the bride react. Not knowing how the video was filmed, much less who leaked it, she soon realized that everything was connected to the man in front of her, and that's when things got really ugly. Furious and embarrassed, she grabbed the colorful bouquet, that expensive bouquet that probably cost a fortune, and threw it at the groom with all the strength she had. The guests, who until then were just confused, had already realized that something was very, very wrong and ran to separate the two before the situation turned into a general brawl. But what video was this that caused such a commotion? Well, brace yourselves. The content showed a man and a woman in intimate moments inside a bedroom. The woman was clearly the bride. The man, however, was definitely not the groom. The screen continued showing the images while saying, "Video of the couple's journey, please look at the big screen." The groom responded coldly, with that face of someone who was savoring every second. "Did you think I didn't know?" The place turned into complete chaos. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. Families that minutes ago were celebrating together were now in direct confrontation, exchanging insults and shoves. But the worst was yet to come. After all the confusion, it was discovered that the man in the intimate video wasn't just any stranger. It was the groom's brother-in-law, that is, his sister's husband. And to make a situation that was already beyond absurd even worse, the groom's sister was 6 months pregnant at the time. From the groom's behavior since the beginning of the ceremony, one could already suspect that he knew everything. And indeed, according to information that came out later, it was he himself who planned that cinematic revenge. After discovering the intimate video, he was completely consumed by rage. Since the wedding was approaching, he decided not to back down. Instead, he carefully crafted a revenge, replaced the romantic video with the one of the betrayal, so everyone could see the truth about the bride. But how did he get this video? It was discovered that the video was filmed in the couple's own house, in the bedroom they would share after marriage. When they were choosing furniture, the groom had handled all the details alone. The seller offered a security camera as a bonus, and the groom decided to install it in the bedroom without telling the bride. When the complete truth came out, it was discovered that this story had more layers than an onion. According to reports, problems between the two had existed for a long time. The groom had physically abused the bride several times, almost ending the relationship multiple times. Later, he acknowledged his mistakes and helped her family with house, car, and work, which led the bride to forgive him. However, the history of violence caused the bride to develop depression, and that's where the groom's brother-in-law enters, who began to comfort her frequently. What started as emotional support ended up becoming something much more intimate. The video was filmed by guests and quickly spread across social media, generating discussion throughout the Chinese internet. On the same day, the bride's family demanded that all videos be deleted, threatening to take legal action against anyone who continued sharing. With all this, the groom's family was completely devastated. The brother was betrayed, the sister was betrayed, one by revenge, the other by desire. The pregnant sister became the most pitiful figure in this whole story. The groom and bride divorced immediately, and the sister was taken to the hospital for medical care due to the stress of the situation. After the internet repercussion, some netizens commented that the family seemed happy and harmonious until everything collapsed at once. Many blamed the groom's impulsive behavior for the scandal, following the saying that family problems should not be exposed in public. Other netizens argued that although the groom committed domestic violence, this did not justify the bride's betrayal, especially with the brother-in-law. Look, I'm going to be really honest with you. I think it's kind of bizarre to tell everyone that you've been cheated on. If I were in his place, I simply wouldn't show up to the wedding and would cancel everything. But I understand the anger he was probably feeling and that he wanted to show everyone the character of these two people. What strikes me is that, researching this topic, I found many videos with the same type of situation in China. It seems this is more normal than we imagine. Chinese men have this cultural characteristic of waiting until the last moment to reveal a betrayal to everyone, turning what should be a celebration into a revenge spectacle. It's not that I approve of this type of behavior, but you can understand the logic behind it. The guy invested time, money, and energy in that relationship. Discovering he was betrayed by his own brother-in-law must have been a devastating blow. Canceling the wedding would be too easy for her in his mind. At the same time, the situation is too complex to choose sides. We have domestic violence, betrayal, public revenge, privacy violation. It's a collection of toxic behaviors from everyone involved. The truth is that nobody won in this story. Everyone lost: dignity, family, respect. And in the end, the one who suffered most was the pregnant sister, who had nothing to do with the story and ended up being the biggest victim of it all. This is one of those stories that makes us reflect on how far anger and the desire for revenge can take a person. It's also a reminder that social media amplifies any personal drama to gigantic proportions. What do you think? Was the groom's reaction excessive, or was he right to expose the betrayal? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you in the next video.